It's crazy to think that 1 year has gone by since Power Rangers Cosmic Fury has dropped on Netflix. I remember when the leaks were first floating around online, when we got a bit of a title for it, and then people were speculating with what this season might be about, and then there was leaks and rumors floating around all over the internet, and people were speculating and theory crafting with what this season might be about. And then that fateful day on Power Morphicon in 2022, where the trailer dropped early, we finally got that video from Pookie of what this season would be about and how it would be a continuation of Power Rangers Dino Fury. And ever since that, well, it was an interesting ride following the news and leaks and even more rumors and speculations with what would be happening with the season. Now, usually with these season retrospectives, I do save them for like the 5th year, the 10th year, the 15th year, the 20th year. You know the drill. Usually like the big anniversaries. But Cosmic Fury, I feel like, is a special case because it's different, you could say. It dropped on Netflix, all 10 episodes, and it was the 30th and the final season of the Power Rangers franchise because, you know, this big reboot is in the works and it's coming out whenever it comes out eventually. So I thought I'd make this video where I waffle on into the mic and I sort of give my retrospective on Cosmic Fury and what do I think of it, what do I think of it now, and sort of remembering the build-up we had towards it. And this video will probably be a little podcast or have a little thumbnail on the screen. So if you want to tab out and just listen to me talking to the mic for however long this video goes for, go right for it. This video won't be too visually crazy. So Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, I think the first leak we got, aside from the rumblings that David Yost would be returning, I think the first thing we got was back in June 2022, because I'm looking at my playlist now when I posted all the news that I covered for Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, and the first thing we saw, I believe, it was either the name that dropped, and I believe along with it was a sketch of the morph sequence. And after that, news was kind of quiet for the longest time. There was a lot of speculation, a lot of theories. There was some people like the fan club who would sort of shit out a video every day to sort of like try and get in that Power Rangers algorithm where you would have pictures of the actors taking selfies at cons or having a Halloween party, and that was newsworthy. Fun times. But I remember the first confirmation we got was during Power Morphicon, where the trailer dropped earlier than expected because it was a scheduled tweet, and I guess whoever scheduled the tweet put it on the wrong time for when it was meant to be scheduled. So we got it dropped at lunchtime for me, midnight for everyone else, but from what I heard of, it was meant to drop around like after the Cosmic Fury panel, when that would have wrapped up or when it was taking place, so the news could sort of coincide with that panel going on. But I had heard about Cosmic Fury for a while, what it was going to be. I think a couple of weeks before it was officially announced, before Power Morphicon, I had my sources and they said, oh, it's going to be Dino Fury Season 3. I won't tell you who told me that, but I had heard from the grapevine that Cosmic Fury would be Dino Fury Season 3. So that kind of alluded to what that panel would be at Power Morphicon when I heard about it. But for the longest time, we didn't get a lot of news here and there. Looking at my playlist now, I believe the first thing we saw was the suits and finding out that it would use Zord footage from Kyuranger. And this was when the controversy started kicking up a stink, you could say, because we had new original suits and not a lot of people were on board with them. Not a lot of people were digging the designs because they weren't that great. Now, the Cosmic Fury suits, I'm neutral on. I don't hate them. I don't love them. They're just suits. I mean, there's a couple of suits here and there that I'm not a fan of, but the Cosmic Fury suits, they're not in my top 10 list, I'll just say that much. Not in my top 30 list of Power Ranger Cosmic. Well, if it would 30 season of Power Rangers, I guess they would be like at number 30 or something like that. But we found out that they would be using Kyoranger Zord footage and original suits, so they can film their own original footage. And this is when a lot of controversy started kicking up a stink. So we had that going on. Now, I believe later on we would find out that Billy would be confirmed for Power Rangers Cosmic Fury later down the line. I think that was either a leak before we found out that Once and Always was coming, but there was also rumblings that Billy would be appearing in Cosmic Fury as well. And then after that, we would have footage floating around here and there. We had Amelia being revealed as the Red Ranger, which was its own controversy within itself. I feel like if you want to follow the best sort of like news sort of cycle of this is Mintberry made a really great video like after Cosmic Fury aired where it went over all the controversy, most of the news and the controversies leading up to Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, because there was a lot like leading into it, because we would find out other leaks later down the line, like Fern being the Orange Ranger, we'd find out their weapons, we'd find out that Hecka would be appearing here and there. There was like a lot of things that we would be getting leaks and rumors from like the Illuminati, and then certain things that would be sort of floating around online, like cast listings here and there. The Cosmic Fury news was very fickle, from what I remember. And then the Morpher came out, and the Morpher was its own controversy within itself. I remember that. But then eventually, the show aired, and we had some discussions about it. We had some talks about it. Some people got to see the episodes earlier than others, and that caused some controversies within the fandom. One person kicked up a stink so much that they had dirt leaked on them and they left the fandom. That's a story within itself that I probably won't revisit. But hey, it is what it is. But Cosmic Fury aired. I watched it. I watched all of it within the span of 24 hours. I was too tired to watch it in one sitting because, I was making videos after I watched the episode and then I would talk about them. But Cosmic Fury came and went. I mean, it happened. It was a thing. I enjoyed it. I thought it was an okay season. I won't put it in like my top 10. Would I put it in my top 10? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'd have to go back and like revisit it for like the 5th time. But like, there's so many other seasons that I would put up there, but I don't know if Cosmic Fury would be up there. I feel like Cosmic Fury had a lot of potential to be greater than it could have been. Like, it was almost 20 episodes, but then the 20 episodes got cut down to 10, so there was a lot of story beats and a lot of story threads they couldn't work with. But Cosmic Fury, when I was watching it, like, even though I binge watched it, it was still a lot of fun to watch, because you were wondering, okay, how is this season going to end? How are they going to wrap things up? This is the final season of Power Rangers. And I watched it in sort of content mode where I also enjoyed it, but then I've also gone back and I've just watched it as, casual ass watching it, sort of watching it for just the sake of watching it without analyzing it too much. For a YouTube video or something like that, I'm able to do that, which is something I've been doing with a lot of other seasons of Power Rangers. But Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, it's crazy that it's been 1 year because it's come and gone, and no one's really talking about it that much after it aired because we couldn't really have a discussion with it with the cast and crew on social media because of the actors and writers strike happening at the time, which was really sad when it was happening because there was a strike going on, but Hunter and Russell and that, they couldn't really promote it because of the strike. They couldn't really promote any work they were working on because of the actors and writers strike, and it's understandable that was part of the strike, but this was like Hunter's like breakout role as a female Red Ranger, having a lead role in that show, and she couldn't talk about it, and it did suck. But once the strike did lift and it did end, she was talking about it within the fandom, which was really nice to see. And one thing I like about Cosmic Fury is the growth that a lot of these characters had. I feel like Ion is one of them, Ollie is one of them. Like, Ion goes through the struggle of, like, losing his best friend, and he tries finding him only to lose him again. And you have this one moment where, like, Ion's soul leaves his body, and then he's talking to, like, Zordon in the afterlife, you could say, within the void, you could say. I don't know. It's up to your own interpretation. Ollie, as an evil character, was really great. Like, I feel like Kai's performance as evil Ollie freaking killed it. And then you have characters like Izzy and Fern, where I feel like their relationship could have been explored a little bit more, because apparently there was meant to be the story arc where they break up for a little bit because Fern kept getting a little bit too involved and putting herself in danger. And you can literally see those story beats if you watch the episode. Like, you can feel the tension, like, will they, won't they break up because of Fern sort of not listening to Izzy, but then they scrapped that idea because they only had 10 episodes to work with. I was going to say Chance, but Harvey losing his arm, that was something. I thought they could have done more with that, but they sort of did whatever they did with it. Like, they could have had him sort of going through the struggle of, like, having, like, a disability of having one arm, but he gets his robot arm, and he's like, oh, I guess things are going to be okay now. I've got a robot arm. And I kind of wish we saw more episodes of him adjusting to having that arm instead of like the 1 or 2 scenes that were played up for yucks here and there. And Amelia did the best she could do, being a Red Ranger as well. I mean, she's kind of thrown into the position so quickly, and she has to sort of call the shots and lead the team. I won't call her one of the best Red Rangers of all time, but I'm sure if she had like more episodes to grow with and sort of have more episodes to come into her own, I feel like she could be up there. But I wouldn't put her on the same level as, like, other Red Rangers, you know, like Casey, Scott, frickin' Tommy, Jason, and Wes, and Andros, and stuff like that, Leo. I wouldn't put her up there on those tiers of Red Rangers, but she was pretty good with what she had to deal with in that situation. I'm trying to think, is there any other characters I'm missing? I should talk about Lord Zed. So Lord Zed coming back was quite an interesting thing. There was the controversy of the voice actor leaving the show because they were bullied online, which was a story that I kind of broke because I got out of Pookie asking him on Twitter, and a lot of people talked about that story. They didn't really credit me in that story here and there, but some people did, some people didn't, but hey, it is what it is. But whatevers, you could say. It's been a year, I'm not too mad. I made Power Rangers Reddit over it, which is crazy to believe. But there's more to that story with the actor leaving the role, and it's not due to online harassment, and that's where I'll leave it at there. But we got to see some favourite villains return. You get to see Skrozzle come back. I love Skrozzle. Skrozzle Fan Club. Slifer and Mucus, they're really great as well. It was cool to see them again. Heckle was great as well. Because Heckle was leaked ages ago being the Talon Ranger, which was a suit that we only saw in the comics that they brought into the show. That was cool to see. I kind of wish they could have done more with Heckle in the show, because like they appear in like episode 6 or 7, and they had a really cool fight scene that we get in there, but I kind of feel like that maybe Heckle could have stuck around for a little bit longer, or like showed up earlier. That would have been great to see. Tarek was really great. I feel like Tarek carried it with the scenes that he was in. Like Jared Turner, I believe the actor's name is. They're great. Like, I kind of wish we got more Tarek scenes. Tarek was freaking fantastic. And then also the Squid villains, they were okay. I mean, they wanted money. They wanted to rule the world with an iron fist with money and stuff like that. But their plan was okay, creating like the reverse Z-Wave. That was interesting. But Lord Zed being a Morphin Master, or Master Zed in the end, I feel like that could have done a lot more. Like, I know a lot of people said, oh, we didn't even get to see him fight in the suit. Like, did you see the Master Lord Zed fight? Did you see the size of the Lord Zed, like, Master Morpher suit? He could barely move in that suit, so if they did a fight scene, he could probably barely move around at all. I mean, it's why the original Zed suit didn't do a lot of fight scenes, because the suit was so delicate, and when they made the Cosmic Fury suit, it was built so he could do sort of more movement here and there. Did I say Cosmic Fury or Dino Fury suit? Well, the remake of the Zed suit that they did, that's why it was so buffy, it was so much more buffer and beefier than the other one, so that way the actor or stunt person can move around a lot more. But Cosmic Fury, it's come to a close. People don't know what's next for Power Rangers, whether we're getting a season 31 or a reboot that's coming out eventually, and people who have worked on the show have moved on. I mean, it's no longer filming in New Zealand. Pookie is no longer working on Power Rangers. Pookie's out traveling the world and doing whatever Pookie's doing. But yeah, the cast and crew are still involved. They're still going the cons here and there, which is great to see. But it was a weird closing chapter for Power Rangers. I know that not a lot of people liked the final episode or the final show, the final episode of the series being wrapped up with the line "Cool, cool, coolio." I know like some people had some issues with that, but it is what it is. But Cosmic Fury is over. It's fun to have this little retrospective on the season, and looking back on it, I do wonder if this is going to be like a season that everyone's going to hate over time, or they're going to look back on it and be like, it wasn't that bad, we can appreciate it because it was the last thing we ever got. I don't know. What do you guys think of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury 1 year later? Like, have you gone back and revisited? Is there some things that you have rewatched that you missed? Some things that you rewatched that you had problems with, or you, like, are fine with now? I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on Power Rangers Cosmic Fury 1 year later, from like, the leaks to the show to the build-up, because a lot of you guys who watch my stuff were probably there since I started covering it, or you guys probably subscribed to my channel with me covering it. But anyway, guys, what did you guys think of it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I will see you guys later. Peace out, take care, and bye.